Assalamu alaikum dear students. Hopefully you all are fine and enjoying good health. Today we will see some troublesome word pairs. Two, two, two. Okay, just notice the difference. What is the difference? The difference is only of spellings. TO2 is a preposition which begins a prepositional phrase or an infinitive. TOO2 is an adverb meaning excessively or also. Excessively means बहुत ज़्यादा. Also means भी. TWO2 is a number. TWO2 is a number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 we know. See some examples. We went to a baseball game. To here is preposition. We like to watch a good ball game. Here to is using as an infinitive. We ate too much. Here it means excessively. I like baseball too. So here too, TOO2 means also. 6 divided by 3 is 2. Here 2 TWO2 is using as number. They own 2 Brittany Spaniels. Here 2 is also number. There. So here just notice the difference between the spellings. THEIR there is a possessive pronoun. It always describes a noun. It is the possessive of they. And if you see the spellings, E comes before I. There THER there is an adverb meaning that location. There is a contraction of they are. Note the spelling. Here apostrophe has been used and A has been replaced. Just see the examples. Their dog has fleas. Here there is using as possessive pronoun of they. I put the collar right there. So here there is showing the location. There are 5 prime numbers less than 10. There are 1, 2, 3, 5 and 7. So here contraction has been used. It is actually there. Its. Here its is the possessive pronoun. When we are not using apostrophe, it is used as possessive pronoun. It modifies a noun. And when we use it with apostrophe, here it is or it has. So it means it is or it has. The mother cat carried its kitten in its mouth. Yes. Whether it is correct? First you should use possessive pronoun with no apostrophe. And in the second place you also have to use possessive pronoun with no apostrophe. So the correct statement will be the mother cat carried its kitten in its mouth. I think it is going to rain today. So here it is correct because we have to use contraction here, that means it is. It's been a very long time. So here contracted form of its has been used, and here it means it has. It has been a very long time, it means. Sit or set. Set means to put in a certain place. Set means to put in a certain place. It is normally followed by a direct object, that is, it acts upon something else. It is transitive. Sit means to be seated, and it is always intransitive. So you must have this difference in your mind. Set is always transitive and sit is intransitive. Sit down on this chair. So this is incorrect. You have to use sit here. Sit down on this chair. Set the money on the counter. Yes, this is incorrect. You have to use set. Set the money on the counter. Set or sit plus a reflexive pronoun. Set yourself down. Sit yourself down. Right? So sit yourself down is non-standard. Set does not always take a direct object. For example, we speak of a hen or the sun setting. Lie or lay. Lay means to place something down. It is something you do to something else. Lie the book on the table. No, you have to use lay. Lay the book on the table. It means to place something down, right? Lie means to recline or be placed. It does not act on anything or anyone else. Lay down on the couch. Lie down on the couch. Letna. Here it is using in the meaning of लेटना, कि वो काउच पर, सोफे पर लेट गई. सॉरी, सोफे पर लेट जाओ. The reason lay and lie are confusing is their past tenses. The past tense of lay is laid. The past tense of lie is lay and lain. I lay it down here yesterday. So the correct answer will be I laid it down here yesterday, because the past tense of lay is laid, and here yesterday is there, so you have to use second form of verb. So you will use second form of lay, laid. Last night I laid awake in the bed. No, here you have to use lie, and second form of lie is, lay. So you have to use last night I lay awake in the bed. The past participle of lie is lain. The past participle of lay is like the past tense laid. Examples: I could have lain in bed all day. They have laid an average of 500 feet of square lines a day. Laid is a misspelled and does not exist. You have to use laid, L-A-I-D, laid. Affect, effect. Affect is a verb. Effect is a noun. When you affect something, you produce an effect on it. Even in the passive voice, something would be affected, not effected. So effect is a verb, and effect, With E spelling it is noun, and with A spelling it is verb. However, there are exceptions to this rule. See examples. What effect did the loss have on the team? So here it is using as a verb. Here it is using as a noun. What effect did the loss have on the team? Here it is using as a noun, so we are using it with spellings E. The prescribed medication had no effect on the patient's symptoms. So here it is also using as noun. How does the crime rate affect hiring levels by local police forces? Here it is using as verb. The weather conditions will affect the number of people who come to the country fair this year. Yes, here it will be used as verb. May or can. Can as an auxiliary verb means to be able to. May as an auxiliary verb means to be, permitted to. Can we walk? It is incorrect. You have to use may we walk, may we talk. Well, if you can say it, you are able to talk. Right? You have to use we may talk if you can listen to my side. Means if you are able to listen. Can is using in the meaning of to be able to. And may is using in the meaning of to be permitted to. Leave or let. Leave means to allow to remain. Let simply means to allow or to permit. Let him alone. You have to use leave him alone. Leave him alone. To allow him to remain alone. Leave me to do it again. Here you have to use let me do it again. Allow me to do it. Teach or learn. Learning is what pupils or students do. Teaching is what teachers do. She is teaching her how to ice skate. How to ice skate. She is teaching her how to ice skate. The girl is learning how to ice skate. So on the behalf of students you have to use learn. On the behalf of teachers you have to use teach. Accept. Here it means to receive, and accept means leaving out. What is using in the meaning of but. It's a preposition. However, accept can be a verb meaning to leave out. As verb, accept and accept are nearly antonyms, so the difference is important. He accepted the gift. He accepted the twins. Everyone except Bill. Here it means but. Except here it means उसके अलावा, बिल के अलावा हर शख्स वहाँ मौजूद था. So it is using in the meaning of के अलावा, उसके अलावा हर शख्स था. Capital CAPITAL. Capital has multiple meanings. A city, it can be used in the meaning of a city, and it can be used in the meaning of wealth in the form of money or property. can be used in the meaning of an asset or advantage, or it can be used in the meaning of a capital letter. In alphabets we use a capital letter. Capital CAPITOL refers to the building in which a legislative assembly meets. It refers to a building, right? Which sort of building? The building in which a legislative assembly meets. Remember that the O in capital is like the O in the dome of a capital. Examples: the dome of the United States Capitol may well be the most famous man-made landmark in America. Geneva is the capital of Alaska. The United States Capitol is the building that serves as the location for the United States Congress. So here we are using capital. United States Capitol is the Capitol building, CAPITAL you will use, and here it will be used in the meaning of, yes, in the meaning of a city, or in the meaning of, large building. Capitol building means large building. It is located in Washington DC, the capital of the United States. Here capital 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 will be used in the meaning of city, right? In the meaning of city. Principal PAL is an adjective meaning most important or main. Principal sum of money, thus the principal sum of money on which one draws interest is the principal, and the principal person in a school. So we have two meanings here. Principal means most important or main, and principal is also the head of the school. Principal PLE means law or concept, or you can say a code of conduct or moral principle. It is noun only. Once we grasp this principle, we are less likely to confuse these words. Between or among, yes. Between when you are writing about two things. Among when you are writing about more than two things. The guard stood between the door. The guard stood between the door and the street. Two things are there, so we are using between. Just between you and me, I am surprised that a graduate of Yale wouldn't speak better English. So here also we are using between because it is all about two things. We wandered among the poppies looking for the road to Oz. So here more than two things are there, so we are using among. Let's keep this information among ourselves. Here also more than two people are there, so we are using among. A common error is to use between where among is more appropriate. I was one of 8 brothers. Our parents never made any difference between us. So here among is more suitable. You should use among here. Rise or race. Raise means to make higher, build or nurture, cause to grow. The action is done to something or someone else. Rise means to get up, become elevated. The past tense is rose and risen. Past participle is risen. So examples, they raise the barn in 2 days. The sun rises and sets every day. Stationary and stationary. So stationary with the spellings STATIONARY, stationary means still. Stationary STATIONERY means piece of paper you write a letter on. So you have to keep in mind E in stationary, right? That will remind you of envelope. It's a clue just. Good or well. Good is an adjective and well is an adverb. I did good on the test is incorrect. You should use I did well on the test. She played the game good. Here you also have to use well. Played, because good here is referring to played and played is verb. So for verb we have to use adverb. Use the adjective form good when describing something or someone. In other words, use good when stating how something or someone is. Examples, she is a good tennis player. Tom thinks he is a good listener. Use the adverb form well when describing how something or someone does something. She did extremely well on the exam. Our parents think we speak English well. So whenever you have to describe how something or someone does something, you have to use well, and when you have to describe something or someone, you have to use good. Okay, this is all about today. What you have to do, you have to keep in mind the difference of these troublesome word pairs. And what is the difference? The difference is in the spellings. You have to note the difference, and according to that difference you have to keep the meaning of that word in your mind. So you have to keep the meanings of these troublesome word pairs in your mind, and according to that you will use them in the sentences that are given to you, right? Or you can make practice by using them in different sentences, right? So use these troublesome word pairs in your own sentences to understand the meanings and to get the meaning. Okay, don't forget to mark your attendance. Thank you. Take care. Allah Hafiz.